Turn skips, power creep, FTKs. This was not a good weekend for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on this content. So I've had a chance to fully digest everything that has been going on, and my lord, looking at this game right now, it is an absolute problem. You know, we have an upcoming ban list this weekend for Japan where they're hopefully going to address some of the issues that are going on their side of the game. Now, I don't know if you guys know or not, but looking at YCSJ over the weekend, so I mean, yeah, we're going to start in Japan. Toon FTK, Power Patron Sulfur FTK. How many FTKs do you want to have running around? The first FTK's got to do with Bish Bulkin being able to just manipulate and use Shadow Toon. Guess what, right? When you give Toons an in-house ability to be able to burn damage your opponent, and you've given tools every utility option. And I will say it again. Toons feel like they have every utility option that you could ever give to a deck. And you're really going to sit here and act surprised Pikachu faced that this is going on. Now, to see a Power Patron, you know, Starving Venom FTK coming around, this is because there's a Link 5 that can send something from the extra deck. Whoever thought that, you know, having a Foolish Burial for the extra deck was going to be allowed, well, you know, it's, you know, a thing. Now, those are the two biggest problems right now out of the OCG that need to be addressed across the board. They also had Cool Toon win the YCS. Am I surprised? No. But also coming on over here across the pond, guess what? Cool Toon's running our format right now as well. And you know what I've heard more and more from our community right now? Down with Cool Toons, get this shit out of our format. We want a different format. I would love to see Cool Toons getting checked, but right now, I don't think that we're going to see this getting checked right now on our side of the game. OCG, whatever decisions the OCG is going to make to check Sulfur on their side of the game is going to be probably something, if not similar, that we're going to see transition onto our side. So it's going to be a game of being patient to see where that goes. One of the other biggest things out of the weekend was Teller Knights actually ended up performing out of UK Nationals. They ended up getting 9th place. I also believe, looking at standings off of YGO Pro Decks, looks like there's another Constellar Teller Knight deck that managed to make it into top 4 out of UK Nationals. You're telling me that we have a working turn skip deck within the format, and it's playing Pair Bear Scare. Yeah, I shit you not, man. Like, this is an actual reality that we're living in right now. We are in an actual weird place right now, where you can basically try to turn skip your opponent or use all of the tools that Teller Knights have to be able to essentially just try to win the game outright. I'm honestly impressed. I really am. UK Nationals this year was a pretty shocking event. Just kind of like looking through things, but it creates another problem right now. The fact that one format is plagued with FTKs and Cool Toons, and then you come on over here into our format, and, you know, we're not happy with Cool Toons, but, you know, we've got a turn skip deck running around in the format that people are going to want addressed. The game is just simply not in a good spot right now competitively. And it's very frustrating to look underneath the lens of both formats and go, why are we having, you know, similar problems? And also, to be honest with you, I mean, we're going to, if the TCG does nothing to Bish Bulkin, we're going to be left in a similar situation. The only time that we have not really done anything to clear up similar problems has been Catapult Turtle. I think Catapult Turtle is one of the only FTKs that still kind of exist within our format that we've just kind of been okay with for some reason. I don't know what the logic is behind just letting Catapult Turtle creep on around in the format, but, you know, Konami seems to be okay with just letting this turtle run around. Because I guess, you know, he can't really do any real damage if he's not being consistently played. But I mean, we've seen, on the localized level that people are willing to take the turtle to these events. They're willing to take this and they're willing to do well with it. It's just, we're in a really weird situation right now where, he's just not seeing play. So Konami's like, well, they're never going to figure out Bish Bulk and FTK exist. Pfft. Yeah, okay. I think with what the OCG is going to do this weekend, in terms of a ban list, is really going to set the stage for a lot of things. You're not going to see a hit to the turn skip, deck that the TCG is developing right now. But a couple of things that I can almost undoubtedly assure you are going to be the fact that you're going to see the eradication of FTKs. There's also the talk about Dark Eradicator Warlock sitting here in the corner too. Just because Shadow Tune is the one that is seeing the most play right now, doesn't mean that Dark Eradicator Warlock is not being looked at underneath the lens. These are cards that need to be addressed. They're not going to directly go address the Link 5, the Foolish Burials, the Lyrilisk monster from the extract, because that's not what it's about. When we saw Zen come out, we all knew that it was going to be a problem, because universally Foolish Burialing any card, yeah, there could never be any problems or issues that could possibly ever come with that possibility, but that's exactly what we've seen. We've already seen, exploration and brokenness coming into light because of these issues. And it is not surprising at all to see these cracks coming through the game right now and actually doing its thing. Do I think that competitive play will be fixed? Yes, I do. You got to remember, Konami likes to tool with the ban list as a marketing tool. If the player base is unhappy, they are going to have to do something. They're going to have to tool things and fix the problems that their game is actually having right now. This is, no different than, actually working for things. It actually just, ends up working, and there's not really much that you can really do about that. That's just, it's modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell. Whether or not, Konami actually sees these problems from their community, actually complaining about them, or actually seeing, there's more stuff creaking through, that's just kind of where we are right now. So, in terms of, the other half of the market, we talked to, the game's in a bad spot competitively. I mean, in terms of product, you have all of the hype around Magnificent Monsters right now. You have so many people that, the outside player base is actually going crazy for this product. You're about to watch a lot of Poke Bros coming in here and actually going crazy for the future of this game. I don't really... I think, we can say we're in a really bad spot in the future with the secondary market, but competitive play needs to be patched up first. We have to address these issues within the scope of things right now so that, your competitive player base wants to start picking up product again. We have a deck build pack off in the corner right now. I'm very interested to see how Konami is going to rework these deck build packs now that main sets are effectively working as deck build packs. I know they're rapidly adding more decks into the pool with every one of these core sets, and we're eventually going to have more of a problem eventually creep through, but they're designing each of these new archetypes to work with one older card kind of structurally like they were working with previous sets. So I think this is going to be kind of the same kind of tooling. We're going to continue to see, one old base card be included within the strategy, and then, we'll kind of see, where things go. It's only when you start to see players, really starting to try to abuse all of the other off-of-the-wall cards that we kind of started to see more of the issues kind of starting to come into light. Can't really say too much, with the amount of hand traps and anti-counterplay that we actually have running around in the current game, but I guess that's just where we're at right now. So I'm hoping for the best. This game definitely needs a retooling right now on the FTKs to make the game look a little bit more enjoyable, but hopefully, maybe there's something in the works. I don't know. But I'm excited nonetheless to see what Konami is going to try to do to patch things up. So how do you guys feel about all of the fun little intricacies kind of happening right now within the game? There's definitely some interesting takeaways from the current state of the meta. But please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will in fact see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.